Allen Pals. It's the Allen Pals show. Yeah. Where we lock the low. Come on. It's the Allen Pals show. Yeah. Where we lock the low. Come on. It's the Allen Pals show. Yeah. Where we lock the low. It's the Allen Pals show. Yeah. Where we lock the low. Come on. Yeah.
Welcome everyone, Tuesday night edition of the Allen Powell Show. I am Al the Boss, and my man James Moore is back in the building again. We had a lot of fun last week. I said, come on back, brother. We got some more stuff to discuss, man. Before we get started, thank you for joining, brother. How are you doing, sir?
Right on, man. I'm well. Thanks for having me again. You know, it's always fun and love on this show. So, you know, let's get this thing going, man.
Just a few of the things I want to discuss. Ben Simmons is reportedly not reporting the training camp, so we're going to see who wins between the organization and the player. I have an interview with a personal trainer. It's going to give us some tips. It's about the fall season. It's about time to start getting your body right for next summer. So hopefully he can help me out in that area. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get my body right. I got a great scripture for you today. And me and the wife had a discussion about the movie Friday. She said something about the movie Friday, and so I got a question to everybody that's watching about the movie Friday. But let's first jump it off with the NFL. Week 2 is in the books. I want to jump it off with my Bears, of course. This is a local, we a national show, but we start off local first. And Mr. James always got something slick to say about my Bears. But we got our first W, 2017 against the Bengals. And Andy Dalton got injured, so it looks like it might be Justin Fields' time. You made a post that said, "Are we still riding with Justin Fields?" Can you explain that post, sir? Can you explain why you said that?
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. I'm gonna start off by saying I think old McDonald was selling drugs out of his farm.
Really?
But you know, to answer your question, the guy had a 27.7 to be exact QBR. I think he might have threw for 70 yards. What that tells me is, however they playing Justin Fields, they gonna play him. They're not gonna open up the playbook. They gonna, just give him a little bit at a time to work with. So I don't think that's a good idea to start him. And I'm pretty sure that they gonna go with Nick Foles, the champion.
Wait, stop it, man. Why do you have to be so just outlandish, man? Nick Foles haven't even been suiting up. He's not even been active. Justin Fields has been a backup the first couple of games. Why would they just all of a sudden just go with Nick Foles instead of Justin Fields? Come on, man.
Experience, man. Experience. And let me get something straight. I hate the Chicago Bears, but I'm a huge fan of Justin Fields. I used to watch even a show on Netflix called QB1, and he was on there, him and Spencer for Oklahoma. So I'm a fan of the dude. I just think the Bears are just so good.
I can't believe the comments that you are saying right now. This is Justin Fields' time. Everybody's been waiting on it. It has come. And I don't even think they're going to turn back. Like once he get in, it's going up from here. You're gonna go through some growing pains, but we okay with that. But the Justin Fields era has starting this Sunday, and good riddance to Andy Dalton. And that's just what it is. Why you keep saying no, man? What are you saying no about?
Man, it's too soon. The guy's not ready yet, man. I can't wait to see the day when it is his time, but it ain't this Sunday, man. It's not.
So you saying even though Andy Dalton is injured, they're gonna say, "Hey, we want you to sit and learn from Nick Foles, who's our third string quarterback. Even though you're the second, we want you to learn from Nick Foles." That's what you're telling me right now?
Yes, I mean, case in point, yeah, y'all won that game, bro. But let's be honest. y'all played the Bengals. Y'all
Okay.
played the Bengals, man. I mean, what was the easier win? The Bears beating the Bengals or Green Bay beating the Lions? I mean, it's up for debate. Like those
I get what you.
they suck. Man.
Hey, it's a win in the NFL. It's a win in the NFL. You take what you can get, and they got the 2017 win. Andy Dalton actually played decent. The first series took him down and scored, but after that, it was suspect. And to your credit, Justin Fields didn't play great, but he hasn't practiced with the number ones all week either. So you give him a full week of practice. And see what he can do with the number one squad. And let's see what happens. Low James, bro, do you think Lamar Jackson will get better with losing important games, or will he just flop as a player? We're going to get to that because Mr. James Moore made some controversial comments last week. You know what I'm saying? He said he had a low IQ and he was a terrible passer, but he came up big against the Chiefs. So great question. I think that's my man Low from high school checking in with us. We're gonna get to that in a second, but it's about the Bears right now, and Justin Fields' time to shine. You just like saying outlandish stuff, man. There's no way that they just go, Nick Foles, come on, man. We're gonna skip over Justin Fields and get a ring to Nick Foles. That's just terrible. That's what terrible for you to say.
Super Bowl quarterback.
Really?
A rookie that's not ready.
Why is the Super Bowl quarterback the third string right now, then? Tell me that.
I mean, you said it yourself. The guy just you know what I mean, he just got to the team. It ain't he's activated due to circumstances, man.
He was on the team last year. And they still brought in Andy Dalton.
Last year, they sucked last year, not due to him, but I mean, you bringing in Justin Fields to be a starter at some point. So until you can get that quarterback ready, you just want to have another quarterback there that can get him right. I mean, let's be honest. He's the third. They kept him. Most don't keep three on the roster.
Let me tell you why they kept him. They kept him because he has a $9 million cap that don't nobody want to take. That's the thing with Nick Foles. Nobody offered them a great trade, so they had to keep him. It would have been a cap hit. It would have been a bad cap hit. So they had to keep him. So that's the issue with Nick Foles. Justin, stop raining on the Bears parade, man. It's Justin Fields' time to shine. Justin Campbell says he's gonna be the new McNabb.
I think that's a good thing, though.
What? What's a good thing? Oh yeah, McNabb was a beast. McNabb was a beast for sure. But for all the Bears fans out there, how are you feeling about Justin Fields? Do you think he's going to do well this first game? Myles Garrett, I think Jadeveon Clowney, if he's healthy, they're going to be coming after him. Cleveland got some good defensive players, so it's going to be. And I think they're playing in Cleveland, so it's going to be a road game. It's not the best of circumstances for him to start in, but sometimes you got to get thrown in the fire, man. How else can you learn sometimes without just learning on the job? Have you ever learned on the job before, brother?
Man, I'm not a fan of on-the-job training, man. That's the reason why guys come in with degrees and just bump them guys out the way that's been there for 10, 15 years. Because on-the-job training is cool. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's not the way to go. It's best to sit on the sideline, get some education, learn, and then get in the field and go be great.
I feel like
the great Tom Brady did.
Oh yeah, Tom Brady is great. Tom Brady is definitely great, but I think that you just like to rain on a Bears parade. You just like to hate on the Bears. So you want to say anything?
Well, let me stop you right there because you just said I like to rain on a Bears parade. The last time the Bears had a parade, I was 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? What was that, 85? So let's stop the whole. I mean, come on, man. A Bears parade that don't even make sense.
We're not talking about a championship. You real petty right now. Justin Campbell, Bears need to find a T.O. type player. Allen Robinson is a good receiver. He's not T.O., but he's a good receiver. Darnell Mooney is a decent receiver. They got some decent players, man. The T.O. type players don't grow on trees. We definitely need to find one. and that'd be nice, a nice weapon for Justin Fields to have. But to the time being, hey, Lamar Jackson ain't got no TO type player, and he's still out there winning games.
Ain't no type player going to play with him.
Who? Lamar Jackson?
Yeah. You know.
Okay, hold on.
I said this last week, man, about from a wide receiver's perspective. Don't nobody want to play with no quarterback like that. And it's funny, Keyshawn Johnson said it yesterday. It could have been this morning or either yesterday morning. He said it on the Stephen A. Smith show. He was like, they asked him, which quarterback would you prefer over Carr, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray? He said, in this order, I prefer to play with Carr, Russell Wilson second, and Murray third. Wide receivers don't want no quarterbacks like that, man. Period. They don't. They say the right things when they on the team, but
right,
no quarterback like that, man.
So you just gonna kill. You know what? Let's go ahead and just get into it, man. Let's go around the NFL, and I want to start off. I want to start off with this Ravens and Chiefs game. It was Sunday Night Football. They had a 4th down to get, and the coach asked Lamar Jackson, "Hey, what you want to do? You want to go for it?" He says, "Yes." Quarterback sneak. Lamar Jackson wins the ball game for the Ravens. Hey man, can you put a little respect on his name and give him a little props?
No, I mean, listen to what you just said. Everything Lamar Jackson did on that game was with his feet. Nobody never said the dude couldn't run. He can run. He's a great runner. I said that last week. He's one of the best next to Michael Vick. And I mean, when it's all said and done, man, the guy still, even on that drive where he flipped in, he really got saved by that Kansas City fumble because they was going to score and win that game. And what he did is he didn't even care about managing the clock, making sure he scored at the right time. He didn't care about none of that. All he cared about was just going downfield, doing whatever. But, you know, when you great, you got that in your package. When you're good, like Lamar Jackson, you just don't have that in your package, man.
Look, man, at the end of the day, the NFL is about W's, wins and losses. The brother got to win. Why you just can't say, hey, man, he made a great play. He won a game for the Ravens. Kudos to him. Why you got to go down this?
Well, because the question wasn't about, am I a fan? Do I like him? Or did he win the game? The question was about him and his IQ, him and his ability to throw. The dude can't throw. He has terrible IQ. That's facts, and he uses his athletic ability and his running to hide the fact that he's so bad at that other stuff. So,
or what about he just playing into his strengths? He know he's not the best passer, so I'm not going to sit out here and try to act like I'm Tom Brady or one of these pocket passes. I'm not that. I'm going to play to my strengths. What about that?
I agree with you, and I think that's exactly what that's exactly what he's doing. But in my opinion, that's a running back. That's not a quarterback. We're talking about a quarterback who can manage a game. He cannot do that. And like you said, he's just playing to his strengths and doing what he can do. And ain't no hating on that. But like I said, man, I mean, he made the right runs that he needed to make. And Kansas City lost that game. They didn't win that game. Kansas City fumbled that ball, lost it. And they was doing stupid stuff that cost them the game. I mean, matter of fact, did Lamar Jackson go on an interception throwing range? He had a pick six and everything. The guy can run, but he can't play quarterback. And
but
he's games. Baltimore's defense wins games and he runs. That's what happens.
So he don't score touchdowns though?
I said he runs. He scores.
But do he score touchdowns?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense sucked this year. And they sucked to the Super Bowl. Mahomes is actually getting out there on offense, winning games, running and throwing. And he's thinking the game through. He's managing the game. That's a quarterback. This guy's a running back that just happens to play. Really, he's a wide receiver that happens to play quarterback. And he's running the ball. And
you know what you sound like? You sound like Bill Polian. He said he needs to change before the draft started. Bill Polian said he needs to change his position to a wide receiver. This brother has won MVP, and you still saying he's a wide receiver playing a quarterback position.
I mean,
come on, man.
The guy, am I saying that the guy doesn't win? No. Am I saying that the guy can't run? No. I don't agree with him switching positions. I think he is playing the right position. And like you said, he's doing it the way that he knows how to do it. But that don't mean that that's the best way to do it. And that don't mean that he don't need to get better at learning to control the game and throwing. He needs to get better at both.
So you saying you don't think they can win a Super Bowl with the way they play?
I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Name one quarterback like him that's won the Super Bowl. We'll be here all night. I'll wait.
He's an anomaly. He's the first. Why he can't be the first?
He ain't the first. Michael Vick, Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? Come on, he ain't the first. Vick was better.
What I'm saying is he's the first where they actually tailor their whole offense to what he does. Vic still threw the ball more than he ran, even though he ran a lot. Cunningham, he threw the ball more than he ran. Nobody has ran like Lamar Jackson. Like they didn't design plays specifically like how they doing with Lamar. They might have done it a few times.
They did that, but Vic, man, you just forgot.
Oh no!
In the box.
No, but you remember also he was a big pocket passer, especially towards the end of his career with Philly.
Philly Vic was,
yeah. But even in Atlanta, I feel like it wasn't the same as Lamar, and maybe they different styles. I think Lamar's a little taller, and it to me it's just different. It's different. I don't see them. They wasn't playing that much read option as much as when Vic was quarterback.
You got a point there with that last statement, and I think the NFL is changing a little bit. But even the quarterbacks that play with that style, they still throw the ball because they understand it's a passing league. And when you go back to another statement that you just made, man, it kind of reminds me of a situation with I was just talking about Rod Strickland.
Mm-hmm.
People they forget that guys like when they be like Michael Jordan couldn't guard these guys today. Well, he guarded Rod Strickland. He guarded guys like that. And it's just like, my point of the two is saying that Michael Vick was better than Lamar Jackson. People just forget. It's like you get so caught up in the now and the flashy and the hoorah and the now and all of that. Michael Vick was better at running and passing than this guy.
Hey,
I'm talking even before prison.
No, listen, I agree with you. Like Lamar Jackson has definitely hasn't passed Mike Vick up, but if he continues on his trajectory, he definitely has a chance to pass Mike Vick as a player.
Can I ask you a question before you go to the fans out there?
Yeah.
Why is it that when Michael Vick came out of prison, he became a pocket passer?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
I think the answer is because he knows the style of play before wasn't winning no championship. So I think I'm a fan of Lamar. I like him at Louisville and everything, but I just feel like he has to add, and he will. He's young. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not hating, but he just needs to add. He got to be a better quarterback, not just running back, quarterback.
Got you. Let me read a few comments. Jason Anderson, did Vic sit on the sideline or Cam or Lamar? Nope, got thrown in and performed. Why not Justin?
Can I get some?
So, go ahead.
Okay, so you say Vic didn't sit on the sideline. Okay, let's talk about Vic. He never won nothing. Okay, Cam didn't sit on the sideline. Let's talk about Cam. He never won nothing. And you say or Lamar. Nope, got thrown in. Why not Justin? Let's go back to Lamar. Lamar ain't won nothing. So you just named a whole bunch of quarterbacks that ain't won nothing. But I can talk about some other guys that did sit on the sideline for a year, at least a year. Brett Favre, one of the best to ever do it, sat behind Vinny Testaverde. Tom Brady, we just talked about him. He sat behind Bledsoe. The only one that was really successful like that didn't was Peyton Manning.
Okay.
I mean, all of them. Look, I mean, what's his name? The other cat, Steve Young, one of the best to do it. Sat behind the great Montana. When you sit back behind these quarterbacks, man, and learn from them for a year or so, you get smoke and you become better when you get thrown out there.
But just because they haven't won a championship don't mean they haven't been successful. I mean, Cam won an MVP. Lamar won an MVP. I mean, MVP means you're the most valuable player on your team, and it means that you're the upper echelon in the league when it comes to players. Does that account for anything?
It's an individual award that, yes, teammates help them get, but it's an individual award. And the fact of the matter is, Cam got that individual award because he was a great individual. Lamar got it because he was a great individual. Did Vic get one?
I think he did. I think so.
But my point is, it's cool to get that nice little individual trophy to go in your trophy room and to go in the history book, but you playing for a Super Bowl. That same MVP year for Cam Newton, didn't they lose in the Super Bowl? I mean, so at the end of the day, it's no different than Golden State going 73-9. You didn't get the championship, so it don't matter.
So you drive a hard bargain, brother. You drive a hard bargain. Low James says, I understand Mr. Moore IQ on Lamar. I'm listening, bro. You know our high school player James Johnson was like Vic and Lamar. Yeah, we had a quarterback out we went to school with that was a versatile dual threat. Justin Camper, Mike Vick would have won if it wasn't for white supremacy. I don't know where you going with that, brother. Like, there was Justin Campbell. He always come in with those type of comments every once in a while, man.
I get it. I don't agree though, but I get it.
Steve Campbell, Patrick Mahomes sat for a year. Yeah, he did. He did.
Was it 2 years or was it 1 year?
It was 1 year. It was 1 year. But that don't mean that's the only way that it can work. Like, everybody's different. Like you say, Peyton got thrown right into the fire, I think, through the most picks that year. But then he became the great Peyton Manning after that.
Well, he threw a lot of picks every year, though. Because he.
But I mean, I think that first year he led the league.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Anyway, man, let's go on to more around the NFL, man. So right after you made, like I said, right after you made that comment on the show last week, Lamar Jackson goes out and helps beat the Chiefs. And you saying you don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but if they beat the Chiefs, who was in the Super Bowl last year, that makes them a contender in my eyes. Do you see it like that or no?
The Chiefs beat the Chiefs. That's the
come on, man.
Let's be honest, man. The Chiefs beat the Chiefs. Lamar, he did his thing, no doubt. The Chiefs beat the Chiefs. You watched the game. The Chiefs had themselves in position to win the game, playing against a good defense. And, I mean, when you got a running quarterback that's more ball control time, so it's harder to win. But I mean, they got a good field goal kicker, everything. They got what it takes to win the Super Bowl over in Baltimore, except for one thing. A quarterback. They don't have a quarterback.
Bro, I think they style of play, if you smash control football, I think you can win. You can win that way. That's the way to keep Patrick Mahomes out the field, is by running the ball, running the clock, and then when it comes to fourth quarter time, it's time to be great. So
smart though too.
For sure.
All you smashing and all of that. There's got to be times where you can make smart plays, and I think Lamar's got to learn to do that.
I got you. Low James got a couple of questions. His first question is, I think he's saying, will Lamar get himself in order to win a championship, or will he get dumped by the Ravens? Will he win a ring? Will he get a chance to win a ring? Will he get himself together to win a ring, or he's going to stay who he is and eventually the Ravens are going to get rid of him? What do you think about that?
I think that he may get himself in order, but I don't know Lamar. I don't know his work ethic. I don't know his true personality. He seems to come off a little arrogant, but I think that comes with the territory.
Really? You think so?
Just a little bit. I mean, like the little stuff, like the little flip, stuff like that. But and more than that. But he's I think if this is an if, obviously, if he has the correct work ethics, yes. But right now, as is, no. Lamar will win if white supremacy don't get it. Oh Lord!
Hey, Low James, go ahead. That's my lawyer that be coming on here, man. He be starting fires all over the place. Low James say you got a question for me and Mr. Moore. Come on with your question, brother. We're gonna post it as soon as you put it up there. So back to around the NFL, man. Every year around this time, I like to play a game called Contender or Pretender. Two weeks into the NFL, you get these 2-0 teams, you know, and and you know that all of them are not for real, but then you get some surprises. So I'm gonna put up some teams, brother, and I need you to tell me whether they're a contender or a pretender and why.
All right.
And not a long why either, a short why.
We gonna keep it real nice and crazy.
Okay. So my first, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm missing one. I'm missing one squad. I gotta go find that squad. Let's start off with this though. Carolina Panthers, 2-0. They got a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. And they got the all-world Christian McCaffrey. They 2-0. Contender or pretender?
How do I put this? Pretender.
Why you say pretender?
Well, number one, they got Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. I think he's one of the most overrated youngsters in the game. Number two, you named him, McCaffrey. The usage of McCaffrey is pitiful, and they put too much emphasis on him, and they miss deep balls, they miss open threats, and a lot of other things that they can do to win the game. And plus, it's Carolina. They always gonna find a way to mess it up.
Once again, we are playing the game. Pretender or contender. Next team we have up is, let's see where we at. San Francisco 49ers. This your squad. They 2-0 against Philly. They won a low-scoring game, and they beat Detroit. So not two great teams, but they got the W's. Pretender or contender?
I think the Niners, from a fan standpoint, we going all the way. But from a knowledge standpoint, I think we in between. You know what I'm saying? I think we won 2 games that we should have won. But until we get a real test, I can't really call them a contender. But they do have the smoke. But anytime you got a quarterback controversy going on, it's kind of hard to really call a team a contender.
Okay. I'm glad you was honest. How you saying as a fan, we going all the way, but I'm glad you separated the two. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that honesty right there. Next team up, we got the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is playing some MVP ball. Chandler Jones got 5 sacks in one game. They added AJ Green, JJ Watt. Arizona Cardinals, contender or pretender?
Arizona Cardinals, man, they got the roster to be contenders. But until I get a solid year of your boy playing like he played these last 2 games at quarterback, I'm gonna say pretender that's got contender tendencies. You know what I'm saying? Go with that.
They got the potential to be. They contender.
They pretenders with contender tendencies.
That's funny. That is too funny. So they got tendencies to be a contender, but they are pretenders. Wow. Next squad, LA Rams. They beat my Bears, and then they beat the Colts. They are 2-0. They got a new quarterback, Matt Stafford. They thought that Jason Goff was a problem, so they traded for Matt Stafford. Contender, pretender?
Definite contenders, man, because they added more to their defense. I think defensively they got what it takes to win Super Bowls. And I think with a veteran quarterback in there, I think that makes them a little bit better as well. And they added Deshaun Jackson as a deep threat. I know he's not Deshaun Jackson from Philly, but he is a veteran, and I think he can help lead that young receiving core, Cooper Kupp. I think that team's a solid contender, man. Solid.
I'm shocked that you said that. Because I'm not a believer in Matt Stafford like everybody think. Like, I remember playing him 2 times a year when the Bears played him, and we always gave him fits. I know we a lot of times had good defense, but he's not special to me. He's okay. Like I would say he's maybe a little bit better than Jared Goff, but not a whole lot.
I agree. From a talent perspective, they're even really, but I think just from a leadership standpoint and that veteran presence, yeah, I mean he did play for the Lions, but let's be honest, it was the Lions. So
Right. I think I found my last team that I was missing. I'm about to find it right now, and then I have all my teams that I need to have for the game, contender, pretender. So here we go. All right, next team. This should be a pretty easy one right here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, undefeated. Tom Brady, 44 years old, still doing Tom Brady type things. Contender or pretender, brother?
I hate this team with a passion, but I think this team can go undefeated, man.
Wow.
I think this team has what it takes to go undefeated, and that's just because they got veteran presence everywhere, and they got a solid defense. I mean, with Brady leading the way, I mean, that's the obvious, but let's not act like they don't got Gronk that can make whatever play he want to make. The dude don't even watch film; he just goes out there and his balls, and then
right.
You got old boy, what's his name? Whose daddy used to coach at Ben Davis, the wide receiver that's crazy, Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
you got him as a veteran, and it's something about those guys, man. That's messed up. That understand that they can't mess up again. It's something about those guys, man, that I kind of fear them a little bit. They might, what I'm saying? They might come with an extra little something on the tank. And you got Mike Evans back there. They got a squad, man.
They stacked. They are stacked. Like you say, Antonio Brown went off the first game. He looked like the old Antonio Brown for Pittsburgh. Gronk went off I think this last game. Then Mike Evans, he didn't play well the first game. So Tom Brady's like, oh, let me remind you of who Mike Evans is. You got Chris Godwin over here. He's a stud. They haven't even look. OJ Howard was good last year. You haven't even heard his name. Cameron Brate was a decent tight end. You haven't heard his name because Gronk is looking like the old Gronk. They are stacked, man. It's not even fair right now. Like, it's ridiculous.
Really not. They're not your first pick on a video game, but when it comes to the real NFL, man, they slaughterhouse.
And that's how Tom Brady keep doing this stuff, bro. You got weapons like this. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew what he was doing. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Tampa Bay and I need y'all to go get this one. He got Gronkowski out of retirement. Let me go get Antonio Brown. Y'all messing with him? Come on over here. And I still got young wide receivers already with me.
Leonard Fournette,
Fournette.
Put it up, man.
Stacked. This brother got 7 rings already. 44 years old. He said he wanted to play the 50, and he don't look. It don't even look like that's out of the realm of ramification that he can play the 50.
He's got LeBron James vibes on the way he takes care of his body and able to keep going. Peyton Manning to me was the GOAT of all quarterbacks. I don't think he wasn't able to last like Brady does. As far
I agree with that. Like for some reason, even though Tom Brady got all these rings, I like Peyton Manning more.
He's a better quarterback, man. It's one of them things where people like to always throw rings up in there, man. Like, oh, rings this. I mean, you and I both know that, yeah, you can win rings. I mean, Patrick McCall got, 4? So 3, 4. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes when the situation is right, you can get your rings. Curry got his rings, but no matter what, he still ain't better than LeBron. So
yeah.
Rings don't mean everything they do. They mean something, but they don't mean everything, man.
And we can go down a list of Tom Brady's rings. There was some shenanigans in a few of those. We had the tuck rule, Vinatieri kicked the game winner. Then you had Spygate, Deflategate. There's a lot of stuff going on with some of them rings, but it is what it is.
Yep.
Back to the game, pretender or contender. We got 2 more to go. Next up on the list, the Las Vegas Raiders. They are undefeated, 2-0, 2 good wins. One over Pittsburgh, and I think was it the Ravens they beat the first week? I think it was the Ravens. I can't even
football. The Cowboys? No, it wasn't Cowboys. It might have been the Ravens.
Yeah, but they 2-0 and 2 quality wins. These are not no sneeze at wins. Like So, what do you think about the LA Raiders?
You know what, man? I don't. You know, Gruden's a Super Bowl quarterback because he rode the coattail of Tony Dungy. You know, Tony Dungy had that Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl ready, and then they fired him and then brought Gruden in. Gruden admitted that he didn't change nothing that Tony Dungy done.
Right.
Once he made those changes, the Buccaneers turned into one of the worst teams in football. And that's the John Gruden I know. So
Right.
I think the Raiders got a defense that's psycho. So I gotta go with that defense, man. Defense win championship. So I still think they play Pepe though. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to say they're a contender because that offense so shaky. But you know, they remind me of the Bears when the Bears is at their best. You know, back in Hester days, you got that. You know, without Hester and them punt returns and kick returns, that team didn't make it because their offense was so suspect. That's kind of how I see the Raiders.
What about Derek Carr, man? He putting up numbers, man. Like I think 382 this last game. He balled out the first game. Like Derek Carr is he had 382 against the Steelers, and then week 1 he had to get like a game-winning drive, and he had 435 the first week. So he got over 800 yards the first 2 weeks passing the football. What do you think about Derek Carr?
Say who it is again.
Against the Steelers and against the...
Say who he is again.
Derek Carr?
Yeah, exactly. So it's Derek Carr, man. Yeah, he had a couple good games, and I think I said this on the show a couple weeks ago or last week. Everybody's extra fired up because everybody thinks they contender the first couple weeks. So let's see what he do when the dust settles. You know what I mean?
We're going to continue to play this game as the weeks go on. As we keep getting undefeated teams, we're going to keep playing and see who's staying contenders. Let's see.
Hey,
Justin Camper says,
you switch it, they'll be 5-4 in 9 games.
He says 5-4 for the Raiders in 9 games. They're going to drop to 5-4, and we're going to see what happens. Justin Camper says pretender. Listen, hey, they're in a tough division. It's hard for me to say contender as well, man. It's just something fluky about them, man. I can't call it in. I ain't gonna lie. This last team, though, I'm very intrigued by the Denver Broncos. Broncos 2-0. Hey, they got Vic Fangio as the defensive coordinator, former Bears defensive coordinator. He got them boy. Von Miller's back. The defense is playing great. They got a game manager in Teddy Bridgewater who don't turn the ball over. Contender or pretender? Denver Broncos.
Seeing that they're not even in the top 10 of the NFL power rankings, even though they're undefeated, they definitely pretenders, man. And I mean, we talk about the Denver Broncos, man.
Yeah,
you got new players over there. They're not even used to the mile high out there. I mean, you know, some of them guys might not even be active after a while because of that altitude up there. But I mean, nah, man, they definitely pretenders. There's nothing going on out there. There's nobody out there. You just said it. They got one of the worst coaches in the history of the defense.
Worst coaches?
I'm saying, I mean, anytime you coach the Bears, you automatically you turn it into nothing.
You gonna stop this hate, man. I'm gonna remove you from
the I'm just keeping it real. This doesn't even require much. It's just the facts. It's the Denver Broncos of now. This ain't Peyton Manning than before. Tim Tebow's Broncos. Not saying Tebow's anything special, but that team is special. Just need the quarterback. And when it's all said and done, man, they suck. They won.
You terrible, man. You terrible. You just find some way to hate on the Bears any way possible, man. You got to stop this, man. I almost removed you from the stream for a second just to give you a break, man, because the hate that keeps coming at the Bears, man, it's getting old.
I mean, Denver Broncos suck, man. How about that?
All right, you can say that. I actually think they are contender because of the defense. Vic Fangio, I miss him in Chicago. That defense was off the chain when he was here, man. And they got Teddy Bridgewater that's not going to turn the ball over, game manager. I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but I think they got a chance to go to the playoff as a wild card team. So I'm calling them a contender to make the playoffs. Thank you, brother, for playing the game, pretender or contender. We're going to keep it moving because we got an interview coming up in about 5 minutes with my a personal trainer, Jason Anderson. I got a day in the life of Al today. And day in the life of Al, I give you different stories that happened in my life, funny stories, serious stories. The wife came to me and said, hey, I had a conversation with somebody and like, hey, she said this person never seen the movie Friday. And I said, was they white or black? And she said, oh, they was white. I said, yeah. So before I even get into my take, the question is the movie Friday an American classic movie or is it a black classic movie?
First of all, rest in peace to H.A. Johnson who died yesterday.
Yes.
And then second, man, Friday is a black classic movie.
Thank you.
A black classic.
Thank you.
So that makes perfect
sense
for me.
That's what I told her. I said he's white. This is not a national movie. This is a black classic movie. She for some reason thought it was. She said she couldn't believe that he didn't know the movie Friday. Like he had said, he had made a statement like "Holy moly," and she said "Donut Shop." He was like, "Oh, that would be a nice name." Like she was trying to say he didn't get it. He didn't get it, and I'm like, he's white. Lo James said black. I definitely. This is a black classic movie. For her to think that it's a national movie like that, like everybody should have seen the movie Friday. No,
the people who got paid the most in there only got paid what
$500,000,
something like that.
And I think that was right. I think that was James Witherspoon.
Yeah, Witherspoon was the highest paid in that movie. And
right,
that was what, like what you call $200,000, something like that. I mean, it was technically started off as a low budget movie that turned into something that when us folks got into the theaters, it was classic stuff, man. Thanks to Chris Tucker, really. Right.
So I can't believe that she was shocked by that. She was shocked. It was like, oh, I can't believe it because he was around our age. I said he white. It's no requirement for him to see that movie.
Yeah.
He probably didn't even grow up around black people like that.
Yeah, everybody don't know about Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore.
Right.
Some of us do, but a lot of people. If I go sit somewhere with some white folk, they all gonna say that's classic.
Right. Hey, one last question I got before I get into my interview, man. We had a story that broke today. Ben Simmons, it's a report that he's not going to report to training camp. If you know the backstory, they lost in the playoffs. It seems that he was scared to shoot the ball because he's a horrible free throw shooter. He can't shoot the basketball. And they was basically blaming him for the playoff loss. They asked him, they asked Joel Embiid, when did the tide turn in the game? He's like, oh, when Ben Simmons, when he passed up the shot, and then they asked Doc, can you win a championship with Ben Simmons as your point guard? He says, I don't really know. What do you think about what's going on, and who's going to win between Ben Simmons and the organization?
I think everybody's going to win. I think Ben Simmons is going to get the dub because he's going to go somewhere that actually appreciates him. I think Philadelphia wins because I personally believe that Ben Simmons is right. I feel like when your center is being treated like the point guard, I feel like he gonna feel some type of way. I don't think that he was allowed to comfortably come down and take over the game without having to hear it from coaching staff, ownership, and players. So I think it's a win-win for everybody.
We're going to touch back on this story, especially when this trade happened. But you got to put some onus on Ben Simmons. This brother can't shoot free throws. He can't shoot. And, you got to work on your game, man. So we're going to get back into this, though, because I know he's probably going to get traded eventually. But we're going to get back to this again because I think some onus has got to get put on Ben Simmons. But right now, I got my man. I got Jason Anderson coming in. He's a personal trainer. He's been getting swole. I work side by side by this brother. Then all of a sudden, he started just getting swole out of nowhere. And so he's a personal trainer, nutritionist. He's looking to help some folks out. So thank you for joining the show, brother. He got his Allen Pals merch on. Thanks for joining the show, man.
Showing some love, brother. Showing some love, man.
Yes. I do believe that you are a Bears fan. So if you want to quickly tell me your thoughts about the Bears real quick before we let everybody know what you do, man, go ahead.
I'm just saying, where all the hate coming from? I've been listening to the show for a minute, but man, my man really does not like the Bears, dude. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm more confident now this season than I did prior 2 seasons. I'm for sure they going to the playoffs. They making it. They going there. What's going to happen afterwards? All I'm worried about is Tom Brady. I ain't even worried about Green Bay. All I'm worried about is Tom Brady because that's who we got to beat to even get there. I think that's anyone who got to beat to get there. So that's my.
We're not gonna let James Moore respond to none of that because this is not his time right now. You just got to take that. But for him to say they can make the playoffs, I will say this: they are tied for first in the division right now with Green Bay as 1-1. The division is terrible, so we do got a chance. So, but
exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's it. Better chance.
Yeah, great point. You sound like you know what you're talking about, brother. And then my brother James just got to sit there and just take it. All right, man. Let's get into it.
Sorry, James.
let's get into what you do, man. I seen your videos, your Instagrams, your pull up game, you're getting cock diesel out there, man. Tell the people what do you do.
All right, cool, man. Well, appreciate having me up here, Al, man. Love and respect, dude. What I'm trying to do is trying to help as many people as I can, to be honest, right? So I'm a trainer, I'm a nutritionist, and this is the field that I enjoy to do. Try to get people motivated, give them some ideas of how to work out. Times are tough. People got families. They got crazy jobs. My people up at the Ford plant, they do all these 10 crazy hours. So before they know it, the week's done, right? So what I'm trying to do is give a little bit back, see how I can help as many people as possible, show them some light on how to eat right, get some good nutrients into your body instead of getting out that fast food or trying to set some time to make some time to get some food into you, to get that good stuff. So you're not going to the vending machines or drinking those bangs every day or coffee like crazy, and then you crashing and not performing at anything, to be honest.
Let me ask you this, man, because like I done started workouts. I think I done did a P90X before, only made it to like 54 days. You know, it was a good workout. But for me, I just talk for me, and then I ask you, what's the key to the consistency? For me, sometimes, man, I get thrown off something a day or something happen. I'm a regimen type of guy. I like routine. Like I try to set my schedule. If something throw off that schedule, sometimes it would just throw me all the way off. What's the key to consistency, or when something throw you off to get back on?
That's a great question, Al. The thing is setting up your goals, right? You got to set a goal so you can hit it. Because if we're just going off the top of our head, we get sidetracked. It's not one of our main priorities to hit. I'll do it tomorrow. You know what? I'll go extra over the weekend. Or I'm getting out early. Maybe I could do this. It's time management. Just like you said, time management for your kids, for your spouse, work, getting there on time, leaving what you got to do. You got to put that into place, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and not like whatever you could do. Every little is going to add up, and that consistency, you can get closer and closer to your goal. So it's setting your goals where you want to get, where if it's a body shape, if it's a weight, if it's just a good feeling, right? Man, I want to feel good about myself. What do I got to do to get to that feeling? Do I got to work out? How long do I got to work out? Do I got to get some running in? How long do I got to run? It's just staying consistent and setting those little goals to get to that level.
So we got a question from one of the viewers. They said, should you go to gyms during the pandemic? He got a question as far as going to gyms right now with the whole pandemic. What do you think about that?
It's different. It's hard to answer in some ways because I know in Chicago there's a mask requirement, right? And they're cleaning like crazy. But on the outskirts, like in Indiana, they're not really on it like that, you know? So it's all on what you feel safe and comfortable in, to be honest, right? You don't want to go to the gym with a bad mindset. You're not going to get a good workout in. You're not going to stay focused, and the outcome's not going to be good, right? So I say take it at your own time. If you feel comfortable doing it, if you got a mask up, bring your own. I see people bringing their wipes and they're wiping their own stuff down doing the workout. I mean, as long as you're getting
Mhm.
it in, and if not, stay home and try to figure a good workout out that you get to the house.
Let me ask you, is it better to go to the gym or be at home? Which one do you think is better, and can both work?
Oh, both would definitely work, right? It's like a mechanic. You got the right tool for the right job, right? So you got to know what you have at the house and what you could do at the house. Obviously, no one's gonna have cable machines and squat racks and all that stuff. And if you do, man, that's love. Let me know. Let's go work out. But if some people don't have that, so you got to know what days that you know for sure you're gonna go to the gym, and then some days where you know you're not gonna be able to. So you gotta, again, time management. No, all right, Saturday and Sunday I'm going to the gym for sure. I'm going to be hitting my legs because they got all the equipment there. Or I'm going to make sure I do my chest because they got all this there. At home, I got some dumbbells. I could do my pull-ups and curls and all this. So you got to edit it to fit your life schedule. So you're utilizing the time at the gym, your most you could do. And then when you're at your house, hey, I got to do this, 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 this. And it's going to just build on your goal.
We got personal trainer Jason Anderson, nutritionist, and all of that good stuff. Let me ask you some questions, man. When you getting into your workout mode, man, what is Jason Anderson listening to in his ears? What do we got bumping in his ears to get him motivated?
Man, hey, honestly, at the beginning, I was into a lot of motivational videos, right? Because my playlist is all over the place. I could listen to some soul. I could listen to some reggae. I could listen to some reggaeton. I could listen to some jazz. It goes everywhere. So that'll change my mood, right? And then I'm constantly switching through and it kills my mood. So I'm too detailed. So what I used to do in the beginning, I used to have my own little playlist on YouTube, motivational speakers, right? Something to get me going. And I just zone out and listen to the words and then I just keep pushing and keep pushing. That used to help me out. Right. And then it got to the point where I'm just like, sometimes I don't even listen to music. I just go ahead and do it, zone out, and then sometimes when I want to get build up, I'll put some any type of music. There's no specific one, to be honest.
Now you said you listen to I think soul music or something sometimes. Okay, what type of workouts are you doing to the soul music? Because I feel like when you're working out, you always got to listen to the hype music. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or like you say, motivational stuff.
Well, it's you know what it is now. So I changed it prior, right? Because before in the beginning, I used to be like, all right, I got to get something with a lot of bass or some hype. I got to get going, right? But my heart rate's already going up, regardless of what I'm listening to. So now, like I said, I edit it to say whatever's going to make me feel good, whatever's going to put me in a good spot to really finish this set or keep going for another workout or keep doing my cardio or something. So it's just where I take my mindset, right? So it could be all over the place. It just gives me a good feeling to really finish it up.
Now, James, I see you shaking your head, man, when I said about the soul music. Do you listen to soul music or something, man, when you trying to do something too?
Man, I haven't worked out at all this year, but I do work out a lot.
Wait, time out, man. Hold on, back up. This brother said, I haven't worked out all year, but I work out a lot. That sounds contradictory with me. Somebody explain to me what is going on.
I done had some personal setbacks that's got me having to wait, but I got to get back healthy. But
okay,
I've worked out my whole life, and I've always, like your man said, like Jason said, I think it's whatever gets you going. And like for me, I can listen to some Frankie Beverly and Mays, and as long as it keeps me going, and bob my head, I personally can work out without music. But I feel like when I'm listening to some good music, it just kind of makes me set and being there a little bit better. So it can be anything. I've listened to some heavy metal while I worked out before. I listen to some rap. I listen to some R&B, some old school, different stuff. As long as it keeps me, keeps my attention going,
Yeah.
It makes the workout for me personally better.
Okay. Learn something new all the time. Might have to try something because I'm like, I gotta be hype. I gotta be hype all the time. But what do I know? Hey man, Jason, if people want to get in contact with you, if they want a personal trainer, need some help to get started, or whatever they need, how can they get in contact with you?
Cool. So you could DM me on IG. It's one whole word, change your life right. One whole word, all lowercase, change your life right. DM me. I got some posts. I got some video on there. I got some new stuff that I'm trying out that I really want to show. Because like he said, it's what James said is about putting the good stuff into your body. That's 90% of it. We can eat whatever and we're busting our butt in the gym or we're running like crazy. But if we're not fueling our body with that good stuff, it's like we're not doing nothing. So a lot of people give me that example. Man, I've been working out for months, Ben, but I stay the same. I look the same. So it's like, well, now I'm going with, well, what are you eating? Like, what are you putting into your body? Are we putting some processed stuff? Are you taking your supplements? And if you are, what kind of supplements are you taking? All that connects into everything. So to go off that, if you go on my site, it looks, I'm doing this challenge, right? Or not challenge, let me change that up. It's a transformation because it's not a diet fad, right? It's a 30-day transformation, literally transforming yourself. What that is basically cleansing all that toxins you eat in, all that, those chips and those pops and the fry, whatever it is, the beer, the liquor, it's cleansing all that. We're putting good nutrients into your body. And then now we're going to get that off, right? You want the pounds off? You want the bloating? You want a good night's sleep? This is what you want to do to try it out. I got already pictures up there, people doing it. You can check the website, DM me for crazy questions. What I want to end this with, whenever it's on the end, which should be in a little bit, Al, you hit me up, and I remember Al was the one that trained me up at the Ford plant, and he gave me the whole let them fly, let them fly. So when he's talking about you got to let Justin go, it like took me back to when he was training me. My man walked off the job, and I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And everyone in the Ford plant knows that position I was at. It was horrible. It gave me some tough love, but it pushed me to handle it and knock it out. Not only did I like it, but it's what I had to do. So what I'm saying is that Al, you jump on my page, you look it up, you sign up for this 30-day transformation. James, my man, you could do it too. I'm going to be right there on the whole way every 30 days, explaining how to do it, what to do, answering questions, giving you recipes, doing all that. Transform yourself up there, Al, and let's see where everything goes from there. I think that'll be a great example of someone that's working all those hours, doing what you have to do, and still finding the time to get that good stuff into your body. That's how I feel, bro. You helped me in that hard time. I'm trying to do the same right now. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, we're gonna talk, man. We're gonna see what's up with that.
Come on, man.
We're gonna see what's up with that, man. Lo James said, explain healthy food to consume for muscle treatment. So we got a question.
All right. So healthy foods is basically you want anything you could cook into your kitchen. And it's really simple. Your chickens, your fish, your turkey, those are your healthy proteins, right? Your simple carbs, oatmeal, white rice, green rice, potatoes, red potatoes, right? Your healthy fats that gets from chicken thighs, that gets from fish, that gets from your supplements. Those are the good stuff that you want to get. You don't want to go and say, well, I had me a big turkey sandwich. Yeah, but it was processed meat. You know what I'm saying? Like save your money, stock up on, go to Aldi's, hook everything up, chop it up, and then have you a nice good meals. Proteins, fats, and carbs. You want that good. Go crazy with your veggies, dude. Was it low Jane? Go crazy with your veggies, man.
Yeah.
Hook up on your fruits and all that. That's gonna be the best thing. Water. No flavored nothing. That's the good
Hey
stuff.
man, Aldi's is on point. I went to Aldi's this last time, man. Aldi's be on point, bro. Like,
yeah,
and they be having some healthy
stuff.
options, man. Yeah.
Once they got organic stuff there too.
Yeah, they do. They do. Personal trainer Jason Anderson. Y'all can get in contact with that brother. IG. Are you
Change your
on?
life
You still
right.
on? You still on Facebook, or you just mainly on IG?
You can look my name up on Facebook like that, but I do all that fitness and personal training and nutritionist and all that. I do everything on IG because it's right there. We could do lives, we could do Zoom calls. I could connect you with some great experts that if I don't know the answers, These people are amazing. They'll help out in any way possible.
Lo James says, thanks for the info, brother. If y'all want to get in contact with that man, y'all follow that brother on IG, man. He got some crazy videos out there. You can see him getting his workout on and all that good stuff. Before we get up out of here, man, I do have a scripture for y'all today. It's Deuteronomy 31 and 19 through 21. I thought it was a good one, man, because it was some stuff going on back in this time, man. So and I know James, you in that word a lot, man. If you can remember that Moses was leading the people, but God said, okay, you're not going over to the land of milk and honey. Joshua gonna take him over. But before Moses died, some stuff happened, man, and God spoke to him some more. So this is the scripture. He told Moses, write down the words of this song and teach it to the people of Israel. Help them learn it so it may serve as a witness for me against them. For I will bring them into the land I swore to give to their ancestors, a land flowing with milk and honey. There they will become prosperous, eat all the food they want, and become fat. But they will begin to worship other gods. They will despise me and break my covenant, and great disasters come down on them. This song will stand as evidence against them, for it will never be forgotten by their descendants. I know, hold on one second. It says, I know the intentions of these people even now before they have entered the land I swore to give them. So it was a lot going on, man. The God told Moses to teach them a song because he already know that once I take you to this land, y'all gonna get all fat and prosperous and be eating good, and y'all gonna forget all about me. So y'all teach them this song, and this is gonna be a witness against them. Just telling y'all start worshiping other guys. Like, bro, and the reason why I put the scripture up is because I said a prayer to myself, and I pray this for everybody else, man. When God finally blesses you the way you want it, or he blesses you, don't forget God and start, putting all your time and energy into everything else when he was the one that got you to where you at. And so that scripture stuck out to me, man. But for them to have to learn a song, and that song is going to be a reminder of you going against me, that's tough. That's tough, man. So Deuteronomy 31:19, man. That was a good scripture for me. Hopefully it blesses you. And don't forget God when he blesses you, man. Jason, I appreciate you joining us, man. I'm gonna be getting with you. Hopefully you can get me on a good foot with this workout.
Don't be scared. You gotta fly. Nah, it's me telling you. You gotta fly, bro. Let's get it. Stop playing. Come on.
James, appreciate you coming through again, man. Holding it down for us.
Got it, man. Appreciate it. That was some good wisdom too, Jason. So hey, good show.
Appreciate it, James. Appreciate it.
So hopefully y'all will see me with some muscles in the next few months or something, man. Maybe
there we go.
Start showing my arms off. Start wearing some extra small shirts. Start showing some muscles around here, man. We're gonna see what's going on.
Hey, Jason, too, before we go, man, because I thought I was gonna be able to be back in the gym by now. So I started a diet. I was 215, and I was just eating just salad. I would put some fish or maybe a little chicken in there sometime. That got me. It was like in less than 2 weeks, I went from 215 to 207. So that eating is powerful. And I felt like I needed to do that before I lifted anyway, so I wasn't trying to turn.
Oh, yeah. So. James, that is so true, dude. That is so true. See what this is, and this is exactly what goes with this transformation I was telling you guys about right now. You're putting that good nutrients into your body. It's not like those 7 days fastings or whatever, where they just give you a drink and I drink this for 3 days. All you're doing is going to the bathroom and letting it out. You got to put that good stuff back into your body to sustain your workouts or your day, feeling good, getting a good sleep, your skin, everything. So James, that's right. I'm proud, dude. That's good, man. That's a big accomplishment. Stay dedicated to doing something like that.
Everyone, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube, run these numbers up, follow, like, review the Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. You see the brother Jason with the Allen Powell's merch on. It's fall season. It's coming. We got jackets, hoodies, zip hoodies, all of that good stuff, man. So if you want to order your own merch, if you want to rep the show, man, message me. We can get that out to you. He just advertised himself. He is a personal trainer, nutritionist. If you know anybody that got a business that would like to advertise, big announcement right now. Free advertisement right now through the end of the year. Business owners,
There we go.
Politicians, authors, anybody you know who has a business, they want to advertise, get at me. Open invitation right now. So jump on it while it's hot. Free advertisement. So appreciate y'all, man. We about to get up out of here. We will see y'all next week.
We lock and load, Allen Powell.